Hello, hello, everybody. My name is By Johnson, and hip hip hooray! Fallout 76 is gonna turn 5 years now. Please join me as I take you guys along on a trip through Flashback Lane, which is my camp that I built for the Camp Creations competition from Bethesda. You know, there's a lot of explicit things in the games that, you know, the player would be experiencing and they will never forget. As for this little chapter over here, the first time we actually step out of the vault, Reclamation Day. Nobody will ever forget crawling out of that vault into the blinding light and entering a whole new world. Rather, that would be with or without friends. Because, let's be honest, people, the real game were the friends you made along the way. Right? Moving on. Reclamation Day. Like over here, we got the first time that, you know, like right now, there's a lot of difference between how the game works right now and back then. Because, you know, if you're new to this game, you wouldn't per se remember this as the first time you build a camp. To the people from 5 years ago, though, Fluffy, the robot from Miguel, one of the dead responders at Morgantown Airport. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game yet. We'll actually have Miguel's holotape, which explains on how to build a camp. New players will have Mort, the Ghoul at the Wayward, to be maybe their first camp building experience. You know, because he has a little holotape on that as well. But hey, people, we're talking about what happened in the past 5 years. Like this is the story of that. So this is definitely one of those memorable moments. You know, when we first made a little shoebox of a build. You know, that's like. This everybody's first camp. It's just like a little box, you know, a couple walls, you know, slap a roof on it, and maybe a light or something. And then we had to make a turret because, you know, that's kind of what Fluffy wanted from us. So yeah, I tried to recreate the little camping spot from Miguel with the robot Fluffy next to it. By the way, to those who are a little vague on the details of Fluffy, it's the one robot that keeps roasting Miguel about, well, you love camping outdoors so much, now we can do this forever. Gotta love the apocalypse. Ha ha. You know, stuff like that. And, but yeah, like, this whole experience for me personally, like, I'm a builder in the game, so, you know, the story from box-like build to thriving landmark has experience written all over it. So, yeah, stick along. You know, experience the story. So from here on out, we're gonna go to the next little thing. We're gonna come back on all of these in just a sec. First, we're gonna follow the little staircases here and there. This is also one of those landmarks. Landing your first nuke and then defeating the Scorch Beast Queen, aka the SBQ. This is, yeah, this is a little something I put together to commemorate that moment. And you'll notice that as we go along, the mannequins will transform along with these little chapters. On to the next memorable chapter. Who can forget about Wastelanders? When everybody was so psyched up with NPCs coming back, no longer having to listen to just robots and holotapes. No, like actual living, breathing, digital numbers, ones and zeros. No, I'm kidding. Like having NPCs over there, it's wonderful. Defeating Earl's definitely one of those end bosses that contributed to that. And who can forget about the Mountaineer outfit? If you were through and through a veteran in this game, and you were one of the original Vault Dwellers that helped vanquish the Scorched Beast Queen and containing the Scorched Plague, so NPCs were ready to get back into Appalachia, because the virus is being contained. Those would be rewarded with this outfit. So yeah, it definitely deserved a little spot at my camp, because it was pre-Wastelanders players would get this. On to the next big update, which made a big impact. Vault 79. Who can forget about 79, which was the first time that we were introduced with Wastelanders with multiple factions. You either chose the Raiders or the Settlers. And of course, before getting to the actual Vault, we had a little treasure hunting of our own with the Crane treasure hunting sign over there representing the Wayward Souls questline given by what's-her-face with the big booty.
Don't mind me.
Then we got
taking it all in.
Beckett over here representing our Secret Service, and the Gold Scraps representing the Gold Bullions. Vault Raid. It's one of those moments none of us will ever forget. Then somewhere in between Wastelanders and the Return of the Brotherhood, or actually I think it was with the Return of the Brotherhood actually, came along Shelters as a builder. I had to mention it in this camp. Shelters was a big part of building community, new opportunities. You were able to float things everywhere. It was a whole new experience for a lot of players. And a very good outcome for players who love to have a little instance in their camp and, be able to build a little bit more, just a little bit of extra to your camp, Because, we're already short on budget, but that was definitely a nice addition, and yeah, it's definitely one of those for the, for the books. And of course, ending the storyline of the Brotherhood of Steel. Again, people, this is huge spoilers if you haven't played the entire game yet. We got our own Dr. B over here, aka Dr. Blackburn, doing his insane experiments in that vault, and turning himself into a grotesque monster. Not an official end boss, because it's not repeatable. It's not a repeatable end boss, but it definitely was an end boss. So yeah, and of course, fan favorite, Brotherhood of many. Not per se my fan favorite, but yeah. That aside, definitely deserved the spot. Nuka World on tour with its respected 3 representatives, Spin the Wheel, Most Wanted, and Tunnel of Love. Had that added to over here as well, and just a little ticket booth to spice things up. You got all the stuff. We got the Archway from Tunnel of Love, we got the Townsfolk, and of course the mini wheel from Spin the Wheel. Then we're on to the third repeatable end boss, the Titan, with some of the Nuka launches in the background. Ultra Sight. It's definitely one for the books. It was a nice little update. It wasn't even like a huge update, but I think it's worth mentioning. So yeah, part of my camp. Also part of the Flashback lane, Pittsburgh, the first expedition. Got a little Trog plushie and a tiny little vertebrate to represent our journey towards Pittsburgh. And to wrap things up, we went all the way around to our 5-year anniversary. You're now a veteran player. You make lots of beautiful camps in the Wasteland. I've seen a lot of camps left and right. I've seen people, being collectors. There are builders, there are sellers and vendors. There are nukers. There's just so much this community has to offer, and all of them just make part of it. And like over here, I just had this little mannequin put on the Volt Survivor outfit on, little 76 on there. Just a little bit more badass looking, like, you know, whenever you start leaving the Vault. You know, just show you guys what it looks like from up front. See, it's just in case anyone has missed that. I think it's from a previous scoreboard. And yeah, I thought it was just a lovely little addition to this. You gotta check out the sales, you know, like from Boxy Build to Thriving Landmark. Like there's an entire path that people has followed, you know, before they were able to get to where we are now. So you know, whenever we see new players, we like to help out. And also, whenever you see, you know, a build that doesn't look like it's part of a big old metropolis, don't judge. You know, we all know where we came from. It's humble, it's boxy, it's basically, yeah, it's not even, I couldn't even call it a home. It's just a shelter, basically. You know, you don't get wet from rain. That's all this does. It's pure function. It doesn't mean like they can't get good at it, you know? Like, and whenever you start building, do your thing. That's what this community is about. If you need help, ask. You know, if you see a good build, you know, ask for tips. That's what I did. And besides those landmarks, of course, we got some of the fan favorites, like Meat Week. And of course, the fan unfavorite, sorry Bethesda, Flashback. You know, there's like, even though a lot of people don't per se like Flashback, it's only because, you know, those masks, like, it's just crazy to get, you know, like if the loot pool were less diluted, I'm sure it's a better event. It has potential, but it needs more than just like a parade that takes forever. But that still, you know, makes us all come close together. You know, we all have suffered through more Fasnacht than we would ever wish to suffer through, and it's just let's call it shared trauma. So yeah, definitely one for the books, worth mentioning. Worth mentioning Meat Week, of course, for obvious reasons. Everybody loves Meat Week. It's the opposite of Fasnacht. It only takes a couple minutes. This one I personally liked as well, you know, where they have like, this is a vague copy of the Mothman Museum, and then on top of it we got the Mothman. There he is. He just has yellow eyes instead of the purple ones, though. No, I thought this one was worth mentioning as well, just because they added the Wise Mothman and like a different what's the word I'm looking for? I think a different chapter of that same faction, which is actually friendly instead of like hostile to everyone. So yeah, I really enjoy this event. It gives you cool little rewards, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to you know, claim all the rewards either. And yeah, a lot of people like doing it, and therefore getting a lot of plans, and you know, more willing to share. So yeah, I like that. Of course, the one, the only nuclear winner. I made my own Ring of Fire. It's yeah, rip nuclear winner. It'll definitely be missed for sure. Lost whole communities when it went away. Also gained a lot, but yeah, still, I don't know. I still miss some of the old crews that used to play more 76 in the past. Yeah, if you guys haven't been there, basically Nuclear Winter was a battle royale version of the game. It was nice, even for like builders, you know, whenever you're stuck in the rut, doing the, you know, doing your dailies, building, doing your dailies, building, doing your dailies, building. And it was just a nice little pastime. Like in between, you could just, you know, get together with your crew and, you know, fight for the fight to the end to be the best. And it was a lot of fun. I assure you. Alright, I just got stuck here for a bit, so I'm just gonna go photo mode. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Last little bit that I wanted to show you guys was also one for the books. It was the Volt Rates, Volt 94. It was the original Volt. I have like a little mask of that Volt laying over here with the Volt 94 jumpsuit. Sadly enough, it doesn't really show 94 on the top though, but yeah, I was able to show it this way. But yeah, just a little something to commemorate those Volt raids back in the days. Is where you got that little spiffy outfit that I'm wearing, the Thorn on Solar Armor, and the I forgot what it's called now, the Power Armor version as well. Along with a emote and a couple of photo frames, so yeah, fun times. Never managed to complete it myself, I'll be honest. Like they were hard. But yeah, so there you have it. My personal memory lane. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm forgetting about these guys.
It's worth it.
The last little event that was added. The alien invasion. So over here we got use the wasteland debris to recreate the destroyed capital city, and yeah, we got this fella in power armor defending the town against aliens. A big old UFO above him, more aliens sliding down, and of course a flatwoods monster to accompany them. And yeah, just fighting off hordes and hordes of aliens. There you go. Had some budget left, and I thought, why not? Anywho's, hope you guys enjoyed my little trip through Flashback Lane, which just sounds a little bit better than Memory Lane, because it's not just memories, you know. It's like all flashbacks, isn't it? And yeah, it's always good to relive those memories and hold them dear and near to your heart. You know, that's it for me though. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. I'll be uploading a couple more cams that I think is special, and I just wanted to show you guys basically. All right. Y'all have a good one, and keep on building.